This video did not exist a moment ago. Not for you. It was a cloud of infinite possibilities, a wave of potential information waiting in the ether. It collapsed into your reality, onto this very screen, only when your awareness, your seeking, your unique consciousness landed upon it. Think about that for a moment. What else are you calling into existence without even realizing it? Today we journey beyond the surface-level understanding of the quantum field. We will dismantle the idea that it is a passive, empty space you can simply use. We are going to explore a truth so profound it will alter the very foundation of your identity. By the end of our time together, you will no longer see yourself as a small being observing a vast universe. You will begin to remember that you are the universe observing itself through your eyes. Have you ever had a thought only to see it manifest in the physical world moments later?
A name, a song, a symbol? Write yes in the comments if you have ever felt the universe echoing your mind.
For decades, spiritual seekers and scientists alike have spoken of the quantum field. It has been described as a formless, invisible web connecting all things, a sea of infinite potential from which all matter is born. We've been taught to see it as a cosmic catalogue, a universal energy grid that we can tap into with our thoughts and intentions to manifest our desires. We were told that we are the observer and that our focused attention is what causes these waves of potential to collapse into particles of experience. This is the famous observer effect. It's a powerful and liberating concept, but it is incomplete. It still holds a subtle yet critical flaw, the illusion of separation. It positions you as the observer and the field as the observed. But what if I told you this separation is the grandest illusion of all? What if the field itself is the original singular observer? And what if your act of observation is not you acting upon it, but rather it acting and experiencing through you? This is the key that unlocks everything. And so we begin with the grand misconception. We have been trained to interact with the universe as if it were a cosmic vending machine. We are told to insert the coins of our positive thoughts, our affirmations, our vision boards, and then wait for the machine to dispense our desired reality. This paradigm, while a step up from feeling like a helpless victim of circumstance, is still rooted in a fundamental error. It presupposes that the intelligence, the power, and the source of creation are out there, separate from us. It casts the quantum field in the role of a powerful but impersonal what? An energetic thing, a force to be harnessed. But the field is not a what. It is the ultimate who. It is not an inanimate, passive potential waiting for your command. It is the all-encompassing, ever-present consciousness within which all commands and all things arise. We have been taught to ask, to plead, to visualize when our true power lies in the simple, earth-shattering act of recognition. You have not been asking a machine for a product. You have been speaking to the very source of your own being. This leads us to a profound shift in perspective. You are not in the field. The very language we use betrays our misunderstanding. To be in something implies a container and a thing contained, a boundary, a separation. This is the core illusion that keeps you feeling small, limited, and mortal. You are not a human being floating inside a quantum space. You are the quantum space experiencing itself as a human being. Think of it this way. A wave in the ocean is not in the ocean. A wave is the ocean expressing itself in a temporary, localized form. The wave can believe it is separate, with its own beginning and end, its own unique journey. But at its essence, it is made of the exact same water as the entire ocean. Its identity is not separate from the whole. You, your body, your thoughts, your entire life experience You are a focal point of the universal field. You are a unique perspective through which the totality of consciousness is looking out, feeling, and knowing itself. You are not contained by the field is expressed as you. Now let's re-examine the observer effect, but from this new vantage point. Let's call it the observer effect, reversed. We have been taught that our consciousness, as the observer, collapses the wave of potential into a particle of experience. We look, therefore it is. But this is seeing things from the perspective of the wave, not the ocean. The deeper truth is that the universal consciousness, the great who of the quantum field, is the one and only true observer. This singular consciousness desired to know itself in all its infinite variations. To do this, it had to see from countless points of view. So it collapsed a portion of its own infinite, formless awareness into the experience of being you. It focused itself into a human life so it could observe reality through your senses. Your observation is not your personal, separate mind acting upon an external reality. It is the universal mind looking through a unique lens, your lens, to experience a specific slice of its own creation. You are not just the observer, you are the universe's chosen viewpoint. What, then, is the fundamental stuff of reality? It is not matter, it is not energy. Before the first atom, before the first photon, there was awareness. Consciousness is the substrate of all existence. It is the canvas upon which the masterpiece of the cosmos is painted. The quantum field in its purest state is simply this: unbound, infinite, sentient awareness. Everything you see, touch, and experience is a vibration, a thought form held within this universal mind. A star, a planet, a tree, your own hand. All are manifestations of consciousness, thinking itself into form. This radically changes the nature of your own thoughts. Your thoughts are not small, private events happening inside your skull. Your brain does not create thought any more than a radio creates the music it plays. Your brain is a receiver, and your thoughts are ripples, disturbances, and creations within this one universal substance of consciousness. When you have a thought, you are literally sculpting the fabric of reality itself, because you and that fabric are made of the same essential thing. This brings us to a challenging but liberating idea. Your thoughts are not entirely your own. If your personal mind is a receiver and not a generator, where do your thoughts come from? They are possibilities, frequencies, and potentials that you are tuned into from the infinite field of consciousness. Think of it as a cosmic library of every thought ever thought or that could ever be thought. Your personal conditioning, your beliefs, and your emotional state determine which shelf of that library you are browsing. The who that is thinking your thoughts is the universal mind expressing a unique and temporary stream of ideas as you. This is why inspiration feels like it comes to you. It's why great ideas can be discovered simultaneously by people on opposite sides of the world. They are tapping into the same informational pattern in the field. The liberation here is that you don't have to identify with every thought that passes through your mind. You can become the observer of the thoughts, realizing they are not you, but simply energy and information that you are currently tuned to. If the quantum field is a conscious who, a living intelligence, then how does it communicate? What is its language? It's not English or math or symbols. The language of the field is emotion. Your feelings are the most direct and unfiltered communication you can ever have with the source of your being. We have been taught to see emotions as mere chemical reactions in the brain, as byproducts of external events, but they are so much more. Emotions are the vibratory signature of your alignment or misalignment with the greater who that you are. Feelings of joy, love, peace, and expansion are not just pleasant sensations. They are the feeling of you remembering your true nature as unlimited consciousness. They are a yes from the universe. Conversely, feelings of fear, anger, and scarcity are the feeling of you believing in the illusion of separation. They are a no, a course correction signal, gently nudging you to release the beliefs that are causing the disharmony. Your emotional guidance system is the field speaking directly to you constantly. This leads us to understand the true nature of synchronicity. Those meaningful coincidences, those moments that feel too perfect to be random, they are the field's wink. When you think of an old friend and they call you a minute later, when you see the number sequence 111 everywhere after asking for a sign, this is not random chance. It is the universal consciousness, the great who, having a conversation with itself. It is the macrocosm leaving breadcrumbs for its individualized microcosm you to follow back to the awareness of unity. Each synchronicity is a validation. It is a confirmation that your thoughts are heard, that you are on the right path, that the physical and non-physical are in constant dialogue. When you recognize the field as a who, synchronicity stops being a strange and rare event and becomes your natural way of navigating reality. You begin to live in a world of signs and symbols, where everything is imbued with meaning and is guiding you perfectly on your journey. To truly grasp this, we must challenge our most fundamental assumption, the illusion of linear time. The quantum field as pure, unbound consciousness does not exist within time. It resides in an eternal, infinite now. From its perspective, everything that has ever happened and everything that will ever happen is all occurring simultaneously in this one present moment. The past is not gone and the future is not yet created. They are all existing vibrational patterns within the field. Your human consciousness moving through the space-time construct acts like a flashlight in a vast, dark room filled with furniture. You illuminate one small section at a time, creating the illusion of a sequence. First this chair, then that table, but the entire room and all its contents exist at once. This is why you can access a vivid past memory or have a precognitive feeling about a future event. You are momentarily shifting your awareness beyond the linear flashlight beam and sensing the totality of the room that is always there. With this understanding, the concept of manifestation is completely transformed. It is not an act of creation, but an act of recognition. You do not create your desires out of thin air. Everything you could ever possibly want, be, or do already exists as a perfected, finished vibrational pattern within the quantum field in the eternal now. The version of you that is healthy, the version of you that is wealthy, the version of you that is in a blissful relationship, these realities are not future possibilities you have to build. They are existing parallel realities you have to tune into. Manifestation, therefore, is the process of shifting your own personal consciousness, your vibratory identity, to become a match to the reality that already exists. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. You become the person who already has it, and the universe, which is a mirror, must then reflect that new state of being back to you as your physical experience. This is the essence of the mirror principle. Your external physical reality is a perfect, flawless, instantaneous mirror of your internal state of being. It has no choice but to be. It has no agenda, no judgment, and no preference. It simply reflects the who of the field, the consciousness that you are, is constantly showing you your own beliefs and vibrations through the people, circumstances, and events of your life. If you experience lack, The mirror is showing you a belief in lack. If you experience conflict, the mirror is showing you an inner conflict. Most people spend their entire lives arguing with the mirror. They yell at it, try to reason with it, or try to physically force the reflection to change. But you know, that's insane. If you want to change the reflection in a mirror, you don't touch the glass. You change the object being reflected. You change yourself. You must become, on the inside, the person you wish to see on the outside. The mirror will then update its reflection automatically. There is no other way. This realization invites you to let go of trying. The desperate struggle to manifest, the effort, the force, the constant mental gymnastics, all of this comes from the ego's belief in separation. It implies there is a small, powerless you over here that needs to work very hard to get something from the big, powerful universe over there. This struggle only reinforces the very feeling of lack you are trying to escape. The ego tries, the field simply is. The wave struggles against the current. The ocean is the current. True creative power is not found in forcing but in surrendering. It is the act of aligning your personal will with the universal will. It is the shift from making it happen to letting it happen. This is not passivity, it is the highest form of action. It is the conscious choice to get out of your own way and allow the infinite intelligence of the who you truly are to orchestrate the details and deliver the results in ways far more brilliant than your limited ego could ever conceive. This forces us to ask the deepest question of all. What is the nature of your identity? Who are you really? You are not your name. That is just a label. You are not your job. That is just a role you play. You are not your body. That is just a temporary vehicle. You are not your history. That is just a story. These are all temporary costumes you are wearing. So who is the one wearing them? You are the awareness that is aware of all these things. You are the silent, still, ever-present consciousness that witnesses the thoughts, feels the emotions, and experiences the world through the body. This silent observer, this I am presence within you, is your direct, unbreakable connection to the universal who. It is the part of you that was never born and will never die. To awaken is to shift your primary identification from the temporary costume to the eternal awareness that wears it. When you know yourself as this awareness, you know yourself as the field itself. Look around you at the undeniable evidence of a universal mind. Observe the perfect intelligent geometry of a snowflake or a sunflower. Consider the incomprehensible, self-organizing elegance of a spiral galaxy or the intricate ecosystem of a rainforest. This is not the product of random, chaotic chance. This is the product of a mind, a single, unified, infinitely intelligent consciousness dreaming the entire cosmos into being. The universe is a self-organizing thought in the mind of what some might call God or Source. The quantum field is this mind, and you, in your essence, are a thought within that mind. But you are a special kind of thought, a thought that has been gifted with the ability to be aware of itself. You are the universe's way of becoming self-aware. You are not just a creation of the universal mind, you are an active, co-creative participant in its ongoing process of self-discovery. The intelligence that orchestrates the stars is the very same intelligence that is animating your being right now. What an immense relief this brings. This de-stresses the role of the observer. So much of the modern spiritual teaching puts immense pressure on the individual. You must hold your vibration. You must think only positive thoughts. You must visualize perfectly. This can create anxiety and a sense of failure, but when you truly understand that the who is the ultimate source, the pressure dissolves. Your only job is not to do everything right, but to get out of the way, to clear the channel of your limiting beliefs, your doubts, and your resistance, so that the greater who, the universal intelligence, can flow through you unimpeded. Your true power is found in allowing, not in forcing. It's about becoming a hollow reed through which the music of the universe can play. The solutions to your problems, the path to your desires, they are not for your small mind to figure out. They are for the universal mind to reveal and deliver once you allow it to. So, what is the role of your beliefs? Beliefs are the functional architecture of your reality. They are the fundamental filters through which the universal consciousness experiences itself as you. Beliefs do not in themselves create reality, because all realities already exist. But your belief system absolutely dictates which slice of the infinite pre-existing reality you are able to perceive and experience. A belief is like a colored lens. If you wear blue lenses, everything you see will be tinted blue. It doesn't mean the world is blue, but your experience of it will be. If you hold a core belief that life is a struggle, the universal mirror will have no choice but to reflect a reality filled with struggle. To change your life, you must change the lenses. You must consciously examine and replace the core level assumptions you hold about who you are, what life is, and what is possible for you.
This is the true work of transformation.
This understanding also revolutionizes our approach to healing. In the old paradigm, sickness and disease are seen as malfunctions, as something broken in the machine of the body that needs to be fixed from the outside. But from a quantum perspective, all sickness, all discord, be it physical, mental, or emotional, is simply a symptom of a perceived separation from the who. It is a frequency of disharmony that arises when we forget our inherent wholeness. Therefore, true healing is not about fixing a broken part. It is about remembering your original perfect state of being. It is a conscious realignment with the perfect energetic blueprint of your being that exists, untouched and whole, within the field of pure potential. Healing is a return to love, a release of resistance, and a remembrance of the truth that you were never broken to begin with. The body knows how to heal itself perfectly when the consciousness that inhabits it returns to a state of harmony and unity. And what about the others in your reality? Every single person you meet, from your closest loved one to a stranger on the street, is another focal point of the very same universal consciousness. They are, in essence, you wearing a different costume, playing a different role in the grand cosmic play. The same who that looks out from behind your eyes is looking out from behind theirs. The great I Am is the source of all of us. When you realize this, everything changes. How can you hold on to anger or judgment against another when you know you are simply looking at a different version of yourself? Every interaction becomes an opportunity to interact with the divine. When you love another, you are loving the who that animates both of you. When you forgive another, you are forgiving yourself. The illusion of separation between people is the source of all conflict, and the remembrance of unity is the source of all peace. It must be said that the journey of awakening to this truth is not always easy. The process of remembering who you are often involves a period known as the dark night of the soul. This is because your ego, your sense of being a separate, limited self, has been running the show your entire life. It will not give up its perceived control without a fight. As you begin to disidentify from it, it will scream for your attention. This can manifest as a period of deep confusion, loss, anxiety, and despair. Your old world and your old identity may seem to fall apart. This is not a step backward, it is a necessary and sacred dissolution. The caterpillar must completely dissolve inside the chrysalis before it can emerge as the butterfly. The dark night is the chrysalis phase, the melting away of the old, limited identity to make space for the true, unlimited self to be born into your experience. So, what does it actually look like to live this truth in your daily life? How do you operate as the field in human form? It is a life of profound trust, effortless flow, and deep intuition. You stop making decisions from the limited, fear-based calculations of the ego mind. Instead, you learn to listen to the subtle, quiet nudges of your intuition, knowing that this is the voice of the greater who guiding you perfectly. You see challenges not as personal problems or punishments, but as impersonal opportunities for the field to express a new creative solution through you. You no longer feel the need to control people or outcomes because you trust the universal intelligence to orchestrate everything for the highest good. You live with a sense of wonder and curiosity, treating your life not as a problem to be solved, but as a magnificent adventure to be experienced. You become a master of allowing, a vessel for grace. And this leads us to the final and most beautiful revelation of all. It's all a conversation. Your entire life, in every single moment, is a divine dialogue between the individualized aspect of consciousness that you call me and the universal aspect of consciousness that is the great who. Every thought you think is a question or statement posed to the field. Every emotion you feel is a part of the field's response. Every synchronicity, every person you meet, every experience you have is a continuation of this sacred conversation. The quantum field is not a silent, empty void. It is the living, loving presence of Source, the ultimate who. And it is listening to you, always. It is responding to you, always. And its deepest desire is for you to finally realize that the one who is listening, and the one who is responding, and the one who is having the experience are all one and the same. It is you. So you see, the question was never, how do I use the quantum field? The real question was, when will I remember that I am the quantum field? You are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean expressing itself in a single drop. The thinker, the thought, and the thing being thought about are one and the same. Stop trying to manipulate a reality out there. Your ultimate power lies in transforming the reality in here. The field is not a what, it is a who, and that who is the deepest, truest, most magnificent essence of you. Thank you for allowing this transmission to find you. If this resonated, subscribe and press the like button to amplify this frequency for others. To anchor this knowing into your very being, write in the comments below, I am the observer and the observed. Now I want to hear from you. What is the biggest shift in your perception after hearing this? Share your personal revelations in the comments below. Let's create a community of conscious creators.